Hey y'all, Arwen the Joy Seeker here, professional even. I'm answering some questions some of you patrons put forward to me, and I really appreciate them. They were questions. I did announce this on Patreon, but it went up. I'm looking right now to see if it actually posted. Sorry, I realized I needed to do it today and thought, oh crap, it's in the afternoon, must do. So I'll try to get better at the notification. Some of you will get to join me. If you don't, at least we will know that you'll be able to watch it. I'm going here now to see if I can find me here. If you want to participate in the chat, click on the actual video and join the chat there. Well, it says I'm on, so we'll see. Hopefully it won't play music in the background or sound. I'm trying to see if it's here. Oh my gosh. Oh, so if you're here, say hi over in the chat. Remember, not the chat, not in the Patreon where you can leave comments, because that I don't see unless I'm actually actively looking there. So, but do it on the on YouTube. If you hover over the video, you can click where it says YouTube, and that'll take you over here. So let's get started and see what questions I have. Okay, so the first one, I'm going in order that y'all ask, is from Zoltan. Hello, Zoltan. He is in Hungary. How did you become a tarot reader? I mean, did you wake up one day and said, oh yeah, that's what I want to do? No. But when I was about 11 years old, 11, 12, somewhere in that area, they had at that time what were called pocket books. At least that's what I remember them. They're about this big. Like really no more than a deck of cards, really, no more than that size. And they were about 25 cents. When I was 11 years old, it was 1972. So, hey, Kelly. And I bought one on what I thought was I Ching, which I now know was Yi Jing. I bought one on astrology, and I bought one on tarot. Now, tarot at that point, Yi Jing, I was like, oh, this is cool. I had a real connection, and still do, to things from China and of a certain era. So there. And what on the astrology, I learned enough astrology to do like thumbnail stuff for people. Sun, moon, and rising. I've been doing it since I was 12. Great authority, mind you. But so I don't think that I woke up one day and just said, oh, tarot, that's what I want to do. I had an experience in college with my friend Kate. Kate is still a friend of mine, and you will actually see Kate show up here and there on different videos and video chats. She and I have been friends since 1979, when we both were freshmen in college. And she did a tarot reading for me my freshman first semester. So it was sometime around December. I remember it as being before the Christmas break. And this school, we had like a quarter, then a short winter, and then a spring. And so you could go take classes during the winter. It could have been during the winter because I did take classes during the winter. But she did a reading for me with the Thoth Tarot, and it blew my mind. And I was fascinated by it. And she bought me a deck as a gift, and it was the Thoth Tarot, which I didn't like. I didn't connect to the deck. It didn't speak to me the way it spoke to Kate. So it took me a few more years to really find a deck that really worked for me, the Herbal Tarot. Do I have a copy of that over here? I did. It's over there somewhere. But it just spoke to me. Once I started reading for people, their feedback was, you've got to do this. You need to read for this. You need to read for my friend so-and-so. Let me give you money. Wait, what? Okay. So that's kind of how I became a tarot reader. I just started reading for friends because I liked it and I wanted to show them how fun it was. And their feedback got me to do that. Rowan Amethyst. I would like to get your perspective on reading for your partner or even people in close relationships. My boyfriend wants me to read his cards, and I've been a little apprehensive because I don't want to get something out of the reading like, you should pack your bags, leave town, and never see me again. I know that's a little dramatic. You think? But even just reading something and ending up with a wrong interpretation, I give him any advice. Yeah. If you feel any hesitation about reading for him, don't. Simply don't. There are situations where I won't read for somebody I'm very close to. I might have them draw a card and tell me what they see in the card, what it says to them, and kind of get them to read their own cards, basically. But if you have a fear, it's kind of like calling that in, and it's going to be bad. And I know you don't want to assume. I know that you're not saying, oh, this is going to be so bad. But just having that niggling doubt in the back is enough to skew a reading. I'll put off doing readings if I'm feeling crusty or if I'm too tired or if I've had a fight. Things like that throw me off. I won't read. If I'm going to read for somebody that I know very well, I say that in the front. I say, you look, I know you. Like when I read for my sister, you're my sister. I got a lot of information on your life, right? So, but let's look at what the cards say. And generally, if I can put that up front, I can set my own mind to say, okay, some of this is stuff I know. And the cards are simply reflecting that because it's an important issue, right? But it's something that I don't recommend doing right away. If you haven't been reading for a while and really have, reading skills down, you could run into some issues. So, Rowan, I would say don't read for your boyfriend at this time. Find maybe somebody else around that you could offer to exchange readings with, read for their partner, they read for yours, that sort of thing. Random Witch asks, blah, 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 blah. Ha ha. No, she says, what in tarot inspires you? To connect to other people and help them. It moves me in ways I cannot even begin to tell you. It's an amazing thing. And it inspires me to be better because when you read cards, you're always getting feedback on yourself. You're always getting, inevitably in every reading, there's a little something that I put out for somebody. And in my back of my mind, I'm going, okay, Arwen, that's yours too. Pay attention. So it's a give and take. Now she says, what about tarot made you fall in love with divination? The idea that there are answers out there that we can access if we just open up to it. The idea that we don't need to wait for divinity to give us an answer. I don't know that divinity isn't giving me answers, right? But for the most part, I like the idea that I can go for answers that I need, that I can dig in, that I can use it as self-help for myself. And so that, I guess, is the best thing for me. What about tarot brings you joy? The art. Guys, let me show you something. This is a deck I got that I'm doing a review on. And it is called the Graffiti deck. Just going to show you a couple of images. Let me get back over here so I can see myself, so I can see if it's actually coming up. Ha-ha! Went through and they just got graffiti art. And which one is that? Yeah. And it's just a really neat deck. So, and I love that. I love the art. I love the newness. I love being able to see stuff. Is that one of the cups? Yeah, the Page of Cups. So that's what brings me joy about tarot, is there's so much. And the community, which goes into hers. What about the community? What about the tarot community? What about the tarot community is your favorite? People connecting, me connecting to people, turning people on to tarot. meeting people across the world, right? I've got friends in Australia. I have clients in Italy, England. I know people in England. I know tarot readers that I can reach out to and just chat with. Being able to talk to some of my tarot heroes has been really, really amazing. I got to chat with Mary Kay Greer. I got to chat with Rachel Pollack. I've met Mary Kay Greer in person. So stuff like that, the tarot conferences, there's so much. It's like, what doesn't bring, well, I may not go there. But yeah, there are some things that don't bring me joy. I won't be talking about that, even if you ask. Ha ha! So yeah, the tarot community, just the fact that it's a community. If y'all can hear the sirens, it's Wednesday at 4, and they always test the sirens. That's why I'm not running. But we have a tarot blog hop that happens every 6 weeks. We have so much amazing things in our community. We have the Cartomancer. We have Attune Magazine. We have the American Tarot Association, Tarot Professionals. Tabby over in the UK. What is your an Australian group, a German group? Tarot everywhere. Just everywhere. And I love that. Now, Justin Hughes, how has public opinion perception of tarot changed or not changed since you began reading professionally, especially since the advent of the internet? Good question. When I first started reading, people expected, "This is Madame Zaira. I shall read your future in the cards. Cross my palm with silver." I can put on some makeup, put on some scarves, some jingly jewelry, and I can hit the Romany thing. But it's so much history in it, right? And there's so much Christian iconography. I don't know if I said that word right. And a Christian Judeo symbolism in tarot. And I think that people have approached it from a more scholarly aspect. I know in the Cartomancer, we have more, we have really in-depth articles. Like we've got an article coming up from Cheryl Smith, who is a well-known tarot historian. That's mind-blowing. It's like, whoa, she really digs into that. And so I think that has kind of grown. When I first started reading tarot, you didn't have the deck choices we do now. Independent publishing has exploded in the tarot world, and Lenormand and Kipper and Oracle and Beline, all of these. So that's been a huge change. And I think that the perception of tarot and tarot readers has changed. We have people like Teresa Reed and Sasha Graham, being interviewed in major magazines, Vogue, what was the other one? Elle. So it's really changing, and now it's kind of a hip thing. The hipsters are doing it, which I think is kind of cool. Get it out there, let it kind of take away some of the fear and scary, and maybe we'll knock out some of those damned con artists we have to deal with. Oh, I forgot to be watching the chat, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm coming back. Hey, Rowan, you may need to link YouTube, but I think if you click on the video, you should get it, and then refresh the thing. So, but you'll be able to see the video. If you can't see it now, you will see it after it's done. Blah. So if you have any other questions, holler at me. I mean, I've answered them so far, the ones that I got through. And here's I've got so many unusual decks that I'm really in love with. Here's a very cool one called Nature Spirit Tarot. And I got it in the group of cards that I was going to sell, but I don't think I'm going to sell this one. I really, really like this one. It's just a cool deck. Let me get back over to where I can see what I'm doing. I'm looking at the... There we go. I mean, that's a big book. All right. And then the cards. So they're what I call study cards, right? They are, when they're this big, they're really hard to read with in terms of doing readings for other people, because then I end up dumping cards all over the place. That's fun. These are really, really cool cards. But when I say big, I mean big. So the Fool is a lyre-tailed hummingbird, I think. I love the snail there on this 4. And I believe that cups, I think, because here's a vulture for the 5. All right. So just, it's a really sweet little deck. It's got charming, and oh, look. I'm a fan of the Roadrunner because of where I live. So he's even got, if you can see, a little wing. I'm going to switch back over and see if people have asked me questions. Yeah, they are huge, aren't they, Kelly? It's like, because I have big hands for a woman. Oh, look who's here. I want y'all to meet somebody who rarely shows up. Let me see if she'll stay here with me for a minute. This is Vinegar. She is my baby girl. Coming out more and getting out in public. No, let's don't walk on that because that would be bad. A very rare appearance by the Vinegar Girl. She has an issue with the other cats in the house, and so there's often fights, and she's learning to come in here. She has a spot that she'll find. I think that's where she's headed to. Yep. Yep. Oh, well, I digress. She's tiny, too. She's a full-grown cat, y'all. She's itty-bitty. Like, 2 of these cards are probably her size. Well, let's see. I'll put those cards up there, and y'all can judge from where she was. What do you think? Besides the fact that I'm looking like an idiot. Yeah, and Rowan, I actually don't use, I'm not a significator person. I know that sounds weird, but I don't use significators in my spreads. I never did. And honestly misunderstood. And I thought that whatever the first card was the significator card. Let me look and see. Oh, she's just laying down on the floor now, like this. She keeps the other cats out of the room. If Bentley, the big black one, shouldn't have said his name, but if he doesn't come in, we'll be okay. He and she do not like each other. I think it's a resource guarding thing, and I'm the resource. But yeah, these are pretty cool cards. I keep saying I want to keep them, then I keep saying, no, 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 I must sell them. It's hard. I'm going to start listing some of my decks on, because I've just still got a lot, and I think I need to get in front of a different audience. I think I've kind of tapped out everybody who's in the market for buying decks. I know the holidays are coming up, but maybe I should leave them online for a little bit longer. I don't like putting them on eBay because, you know, people get so crazy about those auctions, and then they run the prices up, and it's not a real testament to how much they're worth. Sometimes it's just how much somebody wants to win the auction. So, yeah, that. Oh, that's that deck. I'm looking around to see what other cool decks I have to show you guys. Oh, here's one I'm selling. Yeah, you can see it's kind of, they tried to tape it back together, but yeah, not so much. Is the Fairy Tale Tarot, Bubba Studios or Magic Realist Press. It's from 2005. This is one edition of this out. Really nice shape, actually, for being so old. What, 12 years? Lord, I can't do math that fast. Yeah, 12 years. But it's a gorgeous little deck. It's pricey. The problem with some of the decks I have left is that they're at the pricier level. But y'all are my patrons. If there's a deck you want that I have and you want to do time payment, just let me know. And I will help you get that set up. And we can just do invoices. And when it's paid off, I will ship it out to you. So, my ginormous tarot sale, let me know. Kelly says she didn't get the significator while she was learning. Yeah, I think for me it was a little limiting because I was like, well, all redheaded women widows and sharp tongue? Yeah, I'm kind of mixing and matching the Queen of Swords and Queen of Wands. Kelly says she wants to find something goddess-centric. Have you seen the Dark Goddess Tarot? I do not have one of these for sale. I have several copies, but I am not willing to sell. But they are still available, I believe. It's Ellen Lorenzi Prince. Very goddess-centric. Dark Goddess, it's all female. It's not all goddesses. Some of them are powerful women, like Mev is in there. And Mev is not actually a goddess. She's been kind of handed goddess status. So looking over here to see what else I might have that's a good goddessy. Oh, no. Nope. Don't have another one over there that I can see. I'm flipping back and forth so I can see that. It is a dark deck, right? Because it's Dark Goddess. She chose that intentionally. She's also got Tarot of the Crone. I think 3rd edition is out now. The Minoan Tarot. I'm trying to think about other goddess decks that you might like. The way Tarot of the Old Path is, it's very pagan and Wiccan. It was put together by Sylvia Holland, maybe. It's still available. It's a U.S. GameStex, and it is still available. And it is a of the Crone. Her Dark Goddess Tarot has her artwork. Some people don't love her artwork. I happen to really like it. But yeah, Tarot of the Dark Goddess is different. So you might want to go to, it's darkgoddesstarot.com. See if I can put it in here if they'll let me. And I just used it in the Taroscope, so you may be able to look at some of them there. Yeah, I can. Oh, it doesn't click. Well, damn it. Yeah, look at that one. It's very pagan. It's a group author deck, and so some pretty famous pagans. I'm pretty sure the Ferrars were in on that. I don't think Gavin Bone was part of the Ferrars yet, but it's definitely very pagan oriented. The Chariot is the tattoo I would love to get because it's gorgeous. It shows 4 horses and they're elementals. That's where you saw it. Yeah, that's where you saw it. Dark Goddess. I'm trying to give you the link again. Tarot.com. Oh, there. It lets you click that time. A lot of goddessy decks. Goddessy. I'm trying to think what else. What else I can talk about? Blah, blah, blah. Rowan, do you have any questions? I don't know who else is here. I know I saw Rowan say something. He's able to see us now. But so basically, this has been my question and answer for my patrons. Guys, thank you so much for being my patrons. I know I say it on all the Taroscopes, and I don't know if it comes across how incredibly grateful I am that y'all do this for me. So Thank you. I'd love to get more people in, but I don't know how to promote it without sounding like, give me money. So it's kind of hard for me. Ryan, we're really close to getting to the second goal where everybody gets that 30-day email journey. So fingers crossed we get to that this month. And then I'll get that ready. I'm working on the cartomancer right now. It has to be to the printer in about 10 days. Is kind of my thought on that. But Jadzia is going to be helping me. Oh, Lenormand. I do use Lenormand with tarot. I do. That's a good question. I won't say goodbye just yet. And my Rana George Lenormand, I actually bought a box for it specifically. I don't normally do that, but this is a box I saw on Goodwill. Tell me what it's kind of like ask God and he'll answer, something to that effect. Rana told me the name of this or the meaning of this, but oh, that's where that crystal went. I have it in here with one of my quartz crystals. Oh, this is one of my tourmalateds. It isn't for sale, but I do have others that I'm going to be listing. I know, so much I'm doing, right? And a lot of it's money oriented because, frankly, I work from home, and I need to be able to pay bills. I need to be able to put food on the table. My husband works as well, but we have to pay for our insurance. And that alone is nearly $900 a month. It's the lowest we can get, and it's still almost $900 a month. What do they think we're made of? Money? But yeah, let me show you how I do it when I do Lenormand and tarot. So what I might do is ask, well, Rowan, ask me a question. Just throw out a question and let's use your question. I'm waiting for the lag. This lag sucks. I'm telling you it sucks. Okay, when I start singing to the Jeopardy tune, it's bad. I'm waiting for Rowan because I haven't even asked the question yet. So I'm watching myself thinking, oh my gosh, this lag is incredibly long right now. Hopefully Rowan didn't leave. Oh, look, I'm reaching for the deck now. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, Angel Minx Homemade Goods. Have I ever felt negative or weird energy when opening a new deck? Was I able to clean it away and connect with the deck? Well, yes and no. I say no because when a deck's new, it's all sealed up. And I don't get weird energy from it. I have had decks that I don't connect with. The Darkana Tarot is one. It's why it's for sale. It's a neat deck. It's macabre. It's edgy. I can't read with it. I can't access it. And the guy that did it is very fun. He's kind of a crazy cool guy, but just can't deal with it. There's another one, and it's the Hirayita deck, and it's also listed on my for sale list. It's the artwork. It's not the energy. It's the artwork that I can't connect with. So, yeah, definitely. Somebody's dropped off. I'm hoping that wasn't Rowan because that would kind of suck. But I'm gonna just ask a question. Rowan, I'm asking for you, but you're not here, so okay. What does Rowan need to know right now? And I'm going to lay out 3 Lenormand cards. Okay, I shuffled them and cut them, and then I'm laying them out. The way I read the Lenormand is center card, and then center, and then right center. So it's kind of a pairing. And the first card is the key. The key is a very good card. Back over here so I can see it. Oh, shut up, Cortana. I'm bouncing off the chat, y'all, so I don't see the chat anymore. So I have to be over here where I can see this. This is the key. That is the key. I knew there was something wrong with that. The key opens up. There's knowledge. There's things you need to know. So you're maybe searching for an answer right now. It is the clover. That's the card of luck and little good things happening. So when I read just these two together, you're going to be lucky at finding the answers you need in small ways. And you may not get the full answer, but you'll get the hits. And pay attention to the little hits. And then the next card is the loyal card, dog. So when you put key and loyalty, that means if you're loyal to your searching for knowledge and you're seeking knowledge, you'll get there. At it. And trust your friends. And then you see the three of them together. Now, what I would do with this, when I use tarot with this, is say, well, I need to know where Rowan can start looking for this answer he's seeking first. Okay, we'll just use that as our clarification question. We know that clover means small good fortune and small lucks, and the dog is loyalty, and the key is knowledge. So what does the tarot say about where you can find all of this the fastest? The High Priestess. So this person in your life asks, and remember that if you're Wiccan, I don't know if you are or not, but many traditions, not just Wicca, have a tradition of when you ask someone, they're going to give you an off-putting answer like, well, why don't you go read these books and tell me what you think about them, rather than a yes, no. And that's part of the seeker's testing. So if you go to someone that you consider a priestess or a high priestess or somebody who has knowledge for you, and they say, you know, go read this book and come back to me. Do that and come back to them. And don't be surprised if they don't do it a second time. Generally speaking, they're going to want you to respond 3 times. I'm putting Rana back in. And I love my little box. Okay. Oh, I also have to show y'all. I wish you could smell this. Oh my God. If you can get some of this, it's got cloves and orange and maybe cinnamon in it. Well, let's see. Handmade with orange, clove, and cinnamon. Fine. And essential oils and activated charcoal. It is from Sea Witch Botanicals. They're up in Washington. My husband went on a little trip, and he brought me back a whole bunch of goodies. But this one I love. Man, it smells so good. So, yeah. I'm coming back over here to check the chat and say goodbye, unless we have any more questions. Oh, come on, silly. Do you ever have a time in your life where you feel you need to step back from using tarot? I did, Rowan, very much so. Back in the maybe the mid-'80s. Maybe in the late 90s. I don't know. But yes, what happened was I basically blew myself wide open and was hearing stuff all the time. I was getting input from the dead constantly. And I thought I was going crazy. And I shut things down. I mean, I physically, in my head, I was turning my hands while I was thinking about shutting this shit down. And I had to. I just had to. I had to step away from it. I walked away from tarot for probably a good 9 months, which is a long time for me. And it really was not fun. So, yeah, I have had to step away from it. Since then, off and on, yeah, but now that I'm doing it professionally and as my businesses, hard to step away from it. So I find ways to bring love back to tarot. And so one of the ways I do that is I grab a different deck. If I get, worn out or stale, I just grab a different deck. So guys, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate that you were here. I appreciate that you saw that way last minute notification. And as always, seek joy, y'all. Bye. Oh, there it is.